marks and being out for a couple of weeks.
I think a couple of days sporadic. Because I agree that you have to play. You have to hit the ball and see the ball.
Can I also hop in here and just say something? I've been watching this team all year. I love this squad. They've been building it since the beginning.
You can take your radio voice off, Drew.
But
you're not fooling anybody.
Just listen. Since the beginning of the season, good Lord, have we gotten so many injuries. All the trades, everything. Everybody's getting injured. Trey Turner, everyone's going down with something minor. Why not just take them?
Or here's something that NBA players do. If you're an older guy, so in the NBA, back-to-backs are brutal.
Yeah.
Right? So the other week, the Nationals played I don't know the exact thing. It was they played in Oakland or Seattle or wherever the hell they played in California. And then the next night, they were in DC, right?
Yeah,
why
Bryce got home at 6 a.m.
Why not the next game? Give a couple of your older guys the day off.
Dusty does do that.
That's the kind of thing, but you need to be doing.
He does it very often.
Right.
Let me tell you, coming out of the All-Star break, he specifically gave each of his All-Stars, which are mostly the older guys on the team plus Bryce Harper, a day off.
Right.
And a day off in baseball is a big deal.
Yes.
First of all, your sport, it's not that physically draining of a sport. It's more mental.
Tell that to a starting pitcher.
How many games are left in the season? How many games are left?
About 58, I think, something like that.
So my suggestion...
All right, everybody be quiet just for a second. Adam Eaton, huge trade in the offseason. Started the season great, out. Jason Worth, old at the end of his contract, out. Huge clutch veteran in the playoffs, out. Who else? Trey Turner, starter, out. Joe Ross, done for the year, out. Steven Strasburg, oh shit. Stephen Drew, good replacement player, and now, coming soon to a theater near you, Max Scherzer, out.
Yeah, he slept on his neck wrong.
But dude, look. No, but
four of those players are here's my playoff players.
There's 58 games
and they're getting their rest right now.
All right, welcome back, everybody, again. Those were some good takes, actually, even though they're not huge baseball fans. Drew has some good insight, and so does OT.
I hate Drew.
Jack and I both hate Drew. But he knows his sports, even though if he's not a huge baseball fan, he has good points. And as just a DC sports fan, we can all relate to really struggling with the thought of injuries, because it seems like anytime we have hope on any team, we have some big injury to stop us from going.
John Wall's broken hand.
Right, John Wall. Who else in the past?
Everybody on every team.
Caps always have injuries. Redskins, always.
RG3!
Right, the year that we actually had promise. But my thought on injuries is not what OT and Drew say. You can't go out there and have people sit for an entire month in baseball. You just can't, especially starting pitchers like Strasburg. He's getting his rest now. 10 days on the DL, he's going to come back and be fine. He needs to pitch in the rotation.
Look, if he can't pitch 8 games, then you can't use him in the postseason. Like, if he can't prove that he can go a full start healthy, you can't run him out there in the postseason. It's ridiculous, because worst case scenario, you rest him as much as you want. You put him on the mound in Game 2 after Scherzer throws a no-hitter in Game 1. Just kidding, he's going to leave after one inning with neck spasms. Get that man a MyPillow or something comfy.
Speaking of that,
yeah.
After I pulled this up, Scherzer after the start said he was going to a chiropractor and then buying himself a new pillow from Target.
Boom. Anyway, Husker, please be quiet.
Our honorary member.
Yeah, our third member of the podcast, Husker, Dusty, my dog. But he really wants to chime in on this one. Damn it, what was I saying? About Strauss. Yeah, Game 2. He goes out there. Worst case, you think he's healthy. He looked great in his one start before the postseason. He goes out there, third inning, grabs his forearm. Boom, done for the postseason. He is done for the postseason at that point. Mm-hmm. And then you prepared for the postseason, assuming that you're going to have Strauss there. It wrecks your entire mojo. It ruins your confidence as a team. What I need to see him prove that he is healthy and that he can stay healthy for just another month or so. That if you can't pitch this month, you're not going to make it through. I'm sorry.
I
That's
don't
just how baseball works.
I don't necessarily think he needs to pitch all 8 starts, but I think I need to see him with 4 or 5 good starts leading up to the postseason.
6. I need more. I
Especially with a guy like him who has been riddled by injuries.
If I bring my car into the shop before I take it on a cross-country trip,
Yep.
after taking it out of the shop, I'm going to put it through a lot of test runs.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to get into the middle of freaking Idaho and then break down.
Right.
I'm screwed at that point.
Yeah.
Dunzo.
Yeah.
Finito.
Yeah, well,
I'm sorry, I get heated about this.
another thing where they touched on in that clip is the fact that, what was I going to say?
I don't
remember.
know. They're talking about it in the clip, though.
I'm frustrated. I'll get back to that thought. But the thing is, going deep into starts in the postseason.
Please.
Because you don't want Strasburg to come in, like you said, fresh off of injury and throw 1 inning and be done and rely on Matt Albers. You just don't want that. I mean, you watched last night. I know you're going to hear this tomorrow or something like that, but you watched last night. Scherzer pitched a 10-pitch first inning, goes out and hits a home run, and then has to come back or leaves the game.
With a 6-0 lead.
With a 6-0 lead, and then you rely on the pin, and 7 runs later, we're down 7-6, and we still got to fight.
Yep.
That's just not... You cannot rely on anybody from our bullpen to go a long distance anymore. I'm not doing it. We need a guy that goes 7 innings consistent in the playoffs, and then we will have a chance.
Right now, the guys that I can count on to go deep in games, Max Scherzer, barring the little neck fiasco, but I'm going to pray that is all that it was just one fluke injury.
He'll be all right.
Gio Gonzalez, which I have never said before for somebody who can go deep into a game. Dude is pitching out of his mind right now. All season, not just right now.
Yeah.
All season he's been pitching out of his mind. Probably a career year for him.
Mm-hmm.
And oddly enough, Edwin Jackson. I have confidence in the guy. Call me crazy. No, I don't want Edwin Jackson to be our Game 3 starter. It's it's going to be...
I'll throw him out in Game 4.
If Strauss isn't there, it's going to be Tanner Roark. Obviously.
Shouldn't be.
But...
Should be like a Ross Detweiler in 2012. I mean, that was an awesome fill-in.
Yeah, but this is the hand that we're dealt right now.
Yeah.
But
that's another thing is Edwin Jackson has been there. Like even though he might...
that is invaluable in baseball. Postseason experience is hard to come by.
That's why, I mean, I know we touched on the post-deadline already, but that's why getting a Howie Kendrick is, to me, the dark horse trade that Mike Rizzo made.
Gigantic.
I mean,
Dude has played a month of postseason ball in his career. A
Right.
whole month. Like, he knows how to hit in
Anybody.
general,
Yeah.
but especially in the postseason. It doesn't rattle him at all. You're going to see young guys. You're going to see your Trey Turners. You're going to see your Michael A. Taylors or Brian Goodwin, whoever's playing center at the time.
Starstruck.
Yeah. Not necessarily starstruck, but just nervous, uptight.
Yeah.
Howie Kendrick, it's another game for him.
Right.
Because he plays every game like it's a postseason game.
Yep.
That's what I love about him. So,
Hold your breath for the stretch run. The injuries aren't going to play a huge role because everybody's going to be healthy by mid-August.
exactly.
Jason
Even
Ward comes
Eaton,
back.
even Adam Eaton, he'll be
Eaton
back,
will
right?
be October, Kyle Schwarber.
Yep. Exactly.
So, hold your breath on the rotation. The rotation will be fine. Strasburg will be back. He'll have 6 starts, like Jack says. Scherzer will be okay. Maybe miss his next start, but that's okay. He's a gamer. He knows how to handle himself. He's the only guy that I'm not worried about.
Exactly.
If he were to be out the next month, I know he would still come and deal, just
Look,
like Clayton Kershaw.
If he had to have Tommy John, he would learn how to throw left-handed for the postseason.
Right.
That's the kind of guy that he is.
Yep.
So I wouldn't worry about it too much. But I think that's our show for the day. I think it's been a pretty good first episode. What would you say?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Definitely.
So, just a note, Corey Thesson, my co-host, the other host, whatever you want to call him, he's also producing the show. So any compliments on the audio quality, go to him, and any critiques, go to him
Please,
too.
the critiques more than anything.
Because come on, we're just a couple of kids. We don't really know what we're doing, but we're trying our hardest. So
Eventually, we'll have our own editor
yeah,
and producer,
his name will probably be
Corey Thesson.
all right. But
Mike Sinich, because he's always, that's another one of our buddies. He's always looking for a job, so shout out to him.
shout out Mike. But yeah, that's our show for the day. If you do have any comments or critiques or anything like that, please feel free to shoot us an email at dcsportsdailypodcast@gmail.com. dcsportsdailypodcast@gmail.com.
Yep.
Yeah, it's we,
You'll get used to it.
yeah, we'll shorten it at one point. Hashtag DCSDP, which is still a long hashtag for an acronym, but we'll get there. But yeah, please do that. I'll respond to you, or Corey will respond to you. We really would welcome any feedback. Let us know where you listen to it.
Segment
Ideas, yeah.
That's cool.
And yeah, I think that's our show for the day.
Final thoughts.
Yeah, final thoughts.
On
Corey,
the
go
upcoming
ahead.
series. I just wanted to touch base. We're about to face the Cubs here, which, to me and everybody around DC, I know Jack thinks the same thing. It's our preview of our first round.
Bang.
And it's awesome to see it now because this is the point where, the Cubs just went 14-3 in the last month, so they're hot.
Honestly, this is a big series for deciding home field advantage.
Yeah, and to see really how it's going to take place. I mean, both teams are wanting it right now. Both teams are going in their stretch run, ready to play in the playoffs. So this will be an exciting and fun series. Hopefully,
if you go into Chicago and sweep them in Chicago,
make a statement,
and then come back and play them again in the playoffs after getting back 3 or 4 players off the DL, that's huge for a team's confidence.
Absolutely, and hopefully Madden at this point doesn't walk Bryce Harper every single time.
Yeah, he's not that good.
He's really cold, so don't worry about it.
He won't hit any home runs, I promise.
But other than that, we can wrap up the show here. And
my final thought is going to be just a nice little tip of the cap. I tip my cap to Gio Gonzalez for the
awesome
8 innings of no-hit ball. Just an incredible performance.
On Jose Fernandez's birthday.
Jose Fernandez's birthday with his girlfriend and daughter in the stadium for the first time since Jose died. I mean, just talk
Chills.
about emotions running high, and just, it was something to watch. And that was one of those moments where you say that there's certain things that are bigger than baseball.
Yep.
And that was one of those moments. I almost choked up watching Giancarlo give him a round of applause as he was coming off the field. That was just a really cool moment. Hat off to Stanton for that.
And D. Gordon getting that hit.
Yep.
And he was the first one to hit after Jose Fernandez passed. So
he came up right-handed and then turned around his only home run of the season. The combination.
Epic.
Yeah, it is. That's why we love the sport. That's why we love the game. That's why we want to talk about it. So, yeah, that's our show for the day. Hopefully you guys liked it.
Yep.
This is the wrap-up. We're not good at wrapping it up.
We don't really know
We don't know how to do it.
But one more time, you can follow us at DC Sports Daily P1 on Twitter. That's going to be the main way to get us out there.
Yeah. All right.
We're out.
Ladies and gentlemen, have a blessed day.